Well, you lot, I've been trying to revive. I got it in there because these lithium-ion batteries, you never know, dear. So I put it inside the lipo safe bag just in case it decides it don't want to live anymore. And got 12-volt battery here. Got the positive linked up with the positive, negative here, and I've been touching it on there, and I've managed to build the voltage up. And been using the multimeter to sort of see where it's at. But let's have a look to see now, because if you remember before, it didn't even have enough power in the battery to it just about lit this up, but it didn't have enough to actually light it up, let alone take a reading. So now it says 0%, 0.16. A minute ago it said 4 volts, but it's stuck on that setting. It won't go down. Oh, there you go, it's running out of power again. But I'm slowly getting it to build up, and I might be able to get it to build up enough where I can actually stick it on the charger and it will take a proper charge. What on earth are you doing? Playing with the air. Anyway, let's see. Well, we're having marginal luck, but while we're waiting for this to do its thing, people ask me all the time, you know, I've had a lot of people asking me, and also someone asked me again today, why don't I use rechargeable AA batteries? Don't get like a battery pack, but just buy rechargeable AAs to put in my transmitters. Now, I've said many times, but I'll say it again. I used to use rechargeable AAs. I haven't got any left to show you as proof because no one seems to believe a word I say. But I did used to use rechargeable AAs. But then I had them for about 8 years. They lasted for about 8 years. In fact, I've still got one of the 9 volts left. It's in the microphone, but this camera. But they stopped taking a charge. So I binned them all, and I just never bought any more. So that's the reason why, you know, now the way it is at the moment, I don't use these transmitters enough to buy, you know, batteries for them. So I just have one set of AA batteries. I just change in between each bloody emitter. Don't worry, at one point I will get one single transmitter that does everything that I want to use, but for the time being, that's what I do, man. I just use normal AA batteries because, you know, to buy rechargeable ones, they're bloody expensive these days. They're like 20 quid for some Duracells or a good brand. I don't want a crap brand, and so that's the reason, man. But let's keep trying to get this battery to revive, shall we? I might stick 18 volts into it instead of 12, but we're getting it to charge. We're just not getting it so that the charger will take over, if you know what I mean. I can get 7 volts into it and it will stay 7, it will slowly go down to 6, slowly down. So I've been getting it to 7 and then quickly getting it on the charger. But the charger's too clever, man. The charger's like, nah, I know what you're doing. I won't charge it. You bastard. That is from an old telephone. Well, I've managed to get it to charge. It's been charging for 2 minutes and 46 seconds, 47 seconds. It's at 0.1 of an amp at the moment. So it's taken a very, very, very slow charge. But that might be enough to get enough voltage in there and to sort of, you know, what's the word? I forget what the word is. Recuperate, I suppose. Let it recuperate enough where I can then up the amperage. I don't know if I can up it while it's charging. No, I can't. I used to have a charger where you could up it while it was charging. You could just up the amps if you wanted to while it was already charging. This one you can't. So I'll have to stop it from charging and up the amps a bit. But at 0.1 of an amp, it's taking 8.1 volts at the moment, 8.197 volts. And it's actually 0.3 amps. Although I set it for 0.1, well, it kind of is 0.1, but you know, it is taking a charge. That is the thing. It is taking a charge. So I'll let it charge now for, I don't know, maybe half an hour, something like that. See what the voltage is at. And we'll go from there. But it's never going to be as good as it once was, but I just want to see if I can revive it. Do you know what I mean? I've got this other one here. This is the new one. It's charged up and it's fully charged and it works. Well, I'm assuming it works, but it's 99% and it stayed there overnight. So I've got to get some AA batteries for the transmitter, and we can use that little car that I repaired yesterday. So that goes with that. Happy days. You know, tell me if I'm a weirdo, but I get great satisfaction about playing with batteries and charging them up. You know, charging up a battery. You know, specifically an RC battery, but any battery. I don't know why. Car batteries, all sorts. Just charging them up. I get satisfaction out of it, man. I don't know why. But I like the equipment. I like the charger. You know, like my car battery. I haven't just got your ordinary. I have got some ordinary car batteries, but I got this big. I can't show you because it's in the cupboard. But I got this big Clark one with a big amperage meter on it like that. You know, and it's got all the buttons and switches. You can do start. You can do, you know, high power, low power. You got four different settings. You can charge 24 volts, 12 volts. I love charging batteries up, man. I mean, I used to literally just go and find all the scrap batteries from the scrap bins, you know, and take them home. People have scrapped them because they're no good, but I used to revive them. All you got to do is you get some rainwater, distill it, put it in the battery, and you can charge it up and the battery's revived. People don't know that, you know what I mean? I had a car battery, I did that too. It was no good. Someone had thrown it out. It was by the bin. Obviously the binman didn't take it. And I said, what's the matter with that? He said, oh, it's in the car, it don't work. So I took it home, opened up the top of it, put rainwater in it because it was a bit low on the water. The water's got to be above the plates. It's got to be level or just slightly above all the plates in the battery. And I put rainwater in there. Nothing else. No distilled, ionized, bloody water. No bollocks like that. Rainwater. Not tap water. Rainwater. Yeah. Out the water butt. Clean. Put it through a little filter so it had no little bits of dead animal in it. Put it in there. And charged it up slowly. At a very slow charge. A low amperage charge. And it charged up and it held at 12.8 volts. Nearly 13 volts. Stayed at 12.8. And I put it in the car. It's in there for about a year. Saved me on a battery. So you can revive batteries. Obviously lithium ion, before some of you like start commenting, well, lithium ion's not the same as lead acid batteries, blah 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 blah. Yeah, I know, but you can still revive them. This one's been fine for about 5 years, and I spiked it with a regulated power supply to get it up above a few volts, what it needed to be for this charger to take over and start charging. It's been up for about 5 years, man. Powers the lawnmower, powers my saw, powers all kinds of the Ryobi stuff that I've got. Lovely battery. It's not genuine Ryobi, it's flag power. But, you know, if it was genuine Ryobi, it probably wouldn't have broken in the first place. Anyway, wait for this to take a charge. 7 minutes and 28 seconds so far. More than that now. 29, 30, 31. Yeah. We'll see how much of a charge this actually takes. And we'll carry on from there, my friends. What's going on with the Savage SS project, I've been asked. Well, I need to get the servo saver at it again. So I'm just going to put a horn on it, but I need to buy a horn. So that's on the back burner until I can get a horn. The other one, what happened to that? I can't remember what happened to that. Something must have happened to it. Something must have broke. I can't remember. But she's ready and waiting, man. I just got to get a horn. And then we'll be going out. I'll be taking this out in the winter. Oh, 100%. I didn't even get to test that new diff. I put the new diff in it, didn't I? I didn't even get to test it because the bloody steering broke again. Right, so. Open circuit. So, in this case, I know, you haven't got to keep telling me, I know. Thank you. So in this case, we haven't been able to revive this battery. I've been charging it for about an hour. It takes a charge, it's alright, but it won't charge at any higher amperage or anything like that than 300 milliamps. And after 12 minutes, it says it's fully charged. And when you check the voltage, it's at 1%. So 1%, it thinks it's fully charged. I plugged the balancer in, and it says we've got an open circuit. So in this case, we haven't been able to revive that battery, but that's all right. It's worth a go. Some of you lot might not be bothered. You're like, I'm not going to waste my time trying to revive a bloody battery. I'll just go and buy a new one. Well, I get enjoyment out of it, so I like to try and fix things rather than buying new stuff. I like to try and fix what I've got. It's down to you whether you think it's worth it or whatever, or pointless operation. But that's, I don't give an uncle's monkey whether it's pointless operation or not. I enjoy doing it, and in this case we wasn't able to revive it, but never mind. Let's have some fun with the battery, shall we? I do need to charge that one up. That's a bit low, that one. Got this little battery on it to charge up for something else, but other than that, we're all good. If you like engines, there'll be a few of them coming up soon. That one's going to be rebuilt, and I've got another one I'm going to have to rebuild. I'll catch you lot on the next one. All the best. Chill out, relax, love life, love each other, treat everybody equally, and we'll all be having a happy life. Ciao for now, you lot.